Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to the Math Club. In this video, we're going to talk about Graphs 2, question or exercise 4, question 3. Sketch the following graphs. Now we have 3 graphs. We're going to sketch them. And by sketching, it means we have to draw them. Now, to draw graphs, you can use the y-intercept and the x-intercept. It's easy if you follow the steps. Now, let me show you how do we sketch A. First, we cover these ones. We don't need them. So we're going to sketch A. Now, for A, first, let me show you how to find these intercepts, the y-intercept and the x-intercept. Let's make a line like this first. First, let's find the intercepts here, and then we're going to sketch them out, okay? First, we need the y-intercept. Y-intercept. Let's make it smaller so you can see it. Make it 18. So here we're going to find the y-intercept. And when we say y-intercept, it means x equals, very good, x equals 0. Don't forget this. So the y-intercept means x equals 0 because it's the point that the line crosses the y-axis. All points on the y-axis, x equals 0. Same idea for the x-intercept. When you're trying to find the x-intercept, it means all points on the x-axis. And all points on the x-axis, the y is 0. So y equals 0. Good. Now, you're going to take the equation, this equation, use x equals 0 with it, and find y. And then use y equals 0 with it and find x. That's the idea of answering a question like this. So first, let's do this. We're going to say x equals 0. So we're going to put 0 instead of this x. And it's going to be 3 times 0. So y, let's do it here. Y equals 3x minus 3. So we're going to put 0 instead of the x. So y equals 3 times 0 minus 3. Okay? And then 3 times 0 equals what? Very good. 3 times 0 is 0. So y equals what? Good job. Y equals 3. So the y-intercept is negative 3. So y equals negative 3. Very good. This is the first part of answering the question. We found the y-intercept. Now, let's put this as a coordinate. Coordinate of the y-intercept, the x is always 0. So we make a graph or a coordinate like this. We put 0 and then comma, and then we put the y, which is negative 3. What is this? This is the point of the y-intercept. We're going to do the same for the x-intercept. We're going to say y equals 0. So we're going to use this equation again. Go back to it. So y equals 3x minus 3. We're going to say y equals 0. So 0 equals 3x minus 3. Now, we're going to take the minus 3 here to the other side, and it's going to be positive 3. Take it to the other side here. It's going to be positive 3. So we're going to say 3 equals 3x. And then we divide all sides on 3. So divide by 3, divide by 3, like this. So 3 and 3. After dividing by 3, these 3's go together, and this one gives you a 1. So x equals 1. X equals 1. Let's put it here. Now, we find the x, and we know that the y is 0. So the coordinates for this point is 0 and 1. So we write 0 and 1, like this. We put it in brackets, because the coordinates must be in brackets. Now we have the y-intercept and the x-intercept for this line. Now we can draw the line on the graph or the grid. We just put the axis like this. So we have the y-axis and the x-axis like this. We can write y here, so we know this is the y-axis and this is the x-axis. Now, to draw the line, we have to know the numbers that we put here. First, Here we have 0 and -3. So the y is -3, so we need the negative part. So this one, let's make it smaller first. Let's make it 18. Let's say this is -1 here. And then -2. Now, for me, I don't have a graph here or a grid, but you can do it on the paper. It's easier for you. You can use the boxes on a paper. So this is -1, -2, and -3. I just need -3 here to draw, okay? And here, I'm sorry, this one's supposed to be flipped. Very good. This one is the x, so it's supposed to be here. So here, it's supposed to be 1 and 0. Very good. Because the x is 1 and the y is 0. So it's flipped. Now, for this one, I just need 1. Because the x is 1, I just need to put 1 here, okay? I don't need the others. So that's 1, 2, 3. I don't have to write them, but for you, you can do it on a paper, on a piece of paper, or in your notebooks. Now, I'm going to plot the points that I have. So I have 2 points. First point is 0, -3. So it's over here, 0, -3. And this one is 1, 0. So it's 1, 0 over here. And I just match the points with a line. So I make a line to match them like this. I match these points like this. Sorry. Let me match them like this. Yes. So this is the line here. Okay. I can make it longer like this. Yes. I can make it as long as the grid. Okay. And this is the line or the graph that we just answered. So first we find the y-intercept by using x equals 0 in the equation, and then the x-intercept by using y equals 0 in the equation. Same idea for other questions. Now, let's move on and answer question B here. Let's remove these. I hope you understood the idea. Now let's move on to the other question. For question B, let me remove these. All of them, yeah. I'll do it in that. Let's do B, okay? Okay, question B. Wanna check. Okay, question B, we're gonna do the same idea. We're gonna sketch this graph, okay? We're gonna sketch this graph. Now, as we said, to sketch a graph, you have to find the intercepts, the y-intercept and the x-intercept. So first, let me put this, sorry. Okay. So it's, sorry, yeah, 4 minus 6, yeah, y equals 4 minus 6. So we're gonna find the y-intercept here, the same idea as we did before, percent. And we said the y-intercept means x equals 0. Very good. Now, let's do it very fast. So y equals 4 minus x. We're going to write it here. Y equals 4 minus x. And then we're going to say x equals 0. So y equals 4 minus 0. And 4 minus 0 is 4. So y equals 4. Very good. Now, this is the y-intercept. Now, after finding y equals 4, I can write the coordinates using the points x equals 0 and y equals 4. So I'm going to put x equals 0 and y plus 4. And when we write a coordinate, as we said, we put it in brackets. So we put it like this. Brackets, x is 0, so we write 0, and then comma and 4. This is the y-intercept. I'm going to do the same with the x-intercept. I'm going to do the x-intercept here. X-intercept, same idea. X-intercept, we said that y equals 0. Good. Y is a 0. And then we use the equation. Y equals 4 minus x minus x. We said that the y is 0, so we say 0 equals 4 minus x. 4 minus x. Now, we need x on the other side, so I'm going to move x to the other side. like this. It's minus x, so it's going to be positive x on the other side. Okay. So x equals what? Very good. X equals 4. Now, I found the 2 points or the coordinates, which is 0 and 4. Now, I write it as a coordinate point. The x is 4, so I'm going to write 4 first. Okay. 4. And the y is 0, and I close the bracket. Now, I found the y-intercept and the x-intercept. Same idea, I'm going to draw the graph and draw the line. Now, this is the x-axis, and this is the y-axis. I have to label them here. This is the y, and this is the x. As I said, I don't have like numbers and boxes, but you already have them in your notebook, so you can use them, okay? Now, for this one, I'm going to use, I need 4 and 4, so the positive sides. So I'm going to say this is 1, okay, 2, 3. I know they're not organized, but you can do better than me in your notebooks. 4. Same idea, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, same idea. Now, this is the y and this is the x. Now, I'm going to plot the points here. This one is 0 and 4. So the y-intercept is 0 and 4, which is here. And the other one is the x-intercept. It's 4 and 0. So 4 and 0, which is here. Now, I just have to connect it with a line like this. Make it there. So the line will be like here. Now, when you use a ruler and a pencil, you'll do better than me. It's not easy to do it on the computer. Let's see. Yes. So it's going to be like this. You can make it as long as the grid that you have. And this is how you answer this question. So this is graph B. Now, let's move on to the last one. For the last one, we need to do some work. So we have to focus on that. Question C. Let's move on. Let's remove all of this. And let's do question C. Okay. Okay, let's see. Same idea. We're going to do the y-intercept and the x-intercept. And we're going to do draw the shape. Okay. First, let me take this. Sorry. Put it like this. And do C. Okay. So for question C, 2x plus 5y equals 10. Same idea. I'm going to find the y-intercept and the x-intercept. Now, let me put this here. Take this here. I'm going to find the y-intercept here. So make it bigger a little bit. Yeah. So you can see it. Yes. So y-intercept, as we said, it means x equals 0. Don't forget this. We're supposed to understand this. So y-intercept means x equals 0. Now I'm going to take the equation. So 2x plus 5y equals 10. Now I'm gonna put 0 instead of the x. So it's 2 times 0, like this. And then plus 5y equals 10. Good. And then after that, 2 times 0 is 0, so I remove it. I don't need it because it's already 0. And then I'm going to use the rest of the equation. 5y equals 10. So I'm going to say 5y equals 10. And then I'm going to divide the equation on 5. So divide by 5, divide by 5. And I'll get the value of y. So this one is 5. This one is 5. Yeah. Now, after dividing by 5, this one goes together. So y equals 10 divided 5, which is 2. So y equals 2. Good. Now, I have x here, and I have y. Now, I can write the coordinate of the y-intercept. So the coordinate of y-intercept is what? X is 0, y is 2. So it's 0 and 2. Let me make it bigger so you can see it like this. Now, this is the y-intercept. Now, I need the x-intercept. Now, the x-intercept, I'm going to do the same idea. Let me make this smaller. Yes. So, x-intercept We said that the x-intercept means y equals 0. Now I'm going to use the equation. So 2x plus 5y equals 10. Same idea. Instead of the y, I'm going to put 0. So 2x plus 5 times 0 equals 10. Now, 5 times 0 is 0. So I'm not going to use it anymore. So I have 2x equals 10. So 2x equals 10. Now I'm going to divide both sides by 2. So the answer will be, very good. This one will go together. And x equals 10 divided 2. So x equals 5. Very good. Now I have the x and the y. Put the box on them. Now I can write the coordinates of the x-intercept. So the x-intercept's coordinates, let's make it bigger. Yes. So we have 5 and 0. Good. Close brackets. Now I have the y-intercept and the x-intercept. I can move on and put the shape or draw the graph. So I'm going to make it like this and like this. Okay. Now here, let me use this. So this point here is 0 and 2. So I need 1 here. Sorry, let's make it smaller. 1 and 2. Okay. And here we have 5. So I need 1 to 5 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do it like this. Yes. More space would be good. As I told you, it's not obvious to me, but it's more obvious to you guys. Now I'm going to plot the point here. So here we have 0 and 2, so it's here. And we have 5 and 0, which is here. Now I just connect them with a line. And by connecting them, I will have the line that crosses or matches these points together, like this. And this is how you answer a question like this. I hope you understood the idea. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.